May profits be upon you. Did you catch a bus today? You know what bus I'm talking about, that New York Open bus, the one that comes scheduled at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time every day. Because you know, every day there's a setup waiting for you there, waiting to pick up passengers to take on the ride to Profitsville. Now, my man Devon mentioned that, you know, he saw a buy this morning, and I'm assuming that he's talking about the New York session. And he couldn't, you know, really get a fix on a good entry. So I want to go through the process with him, the analysis and the execution. And maybe the next time we can get on that bus together to Profitsville. Let's take a look. Now I'm using the replay tool. I backed it up to 6:45 a.m. This is about the time I usually get to the charts about 6:45, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. As you can see, I got the UTC 5 down here, and it's 3:45 already. Doggone. All right, so yeah, I backed it up so I can give you all the preparation that goes into my analysis. First thing I do, I use this CM time-based lines indicator. It's just letting me know where the session breaks are. This is the Asian session. We got the London session, and we are waiting for the New York session, which is a gray bar to form, right? The first thing I want to do when I get on my charts is look at the 1 day. I take a peek at the 1 day so I can get a good view of what the overall market is doing. Look at this: lower lows, lower highs. We're heading down. Got it. All right, that's easy enough. Okay. All right. So I got some bearish things happening on here. Where's the last break of structure on this daily time frame? The last break of structure is to the downside here. All right. We broke structure, and what am I expecting? A return to impulse. Where would that impulse be? Right around here, because this is the last up move before the down move. This is that institutional candle that we all look for. So I'm looking right about here for price to turn around, and lo and behold, hey, you know, we chose correctly. Oh, come on. We chose correctly right here. All right. But that's not too important for me right now. All right. I'm just trying to get a fix on what the bias might be. Let's go down to the 8. You know, this happens, you know, pretty fast for me. All right. I'm looking at how we broke structure to the upside here, and then we broke structure to the downside. All right. And what am I expecting? I guess, again, that return to impulse. We found that area right over here. All right. And if we put our Fibonacci's, we put the notches, that's not Fibonacci, you know. All right. We put that's not it either. All right. We put the Fibonacci's on this thing. We're looking for price to come above the 50% line. That's why you don't see any levels down here, because this is for retail. All right. This is for retailers. This is for the discount price. This is for institutional sellers. All right. This is for retail below 50. And we're looking up here for that discount price of at least, for me, at least 61.8. But I would prefer it to come all the way up here. You know what I'm talking about? Get that big discount for that short. Okay. So we're waiting for price to come to discount. It did come to discount and started to fall. All right. That's on the 8 hour. Again, you know, we're just trying to, you know, none of this is as important until we get down to like the 15, anything under an hour, because we're dealing in micros right now. Micros. This is the macro look. All right. We're basically trying to get to the micro look, right? But we want to get a fix on what price is trying to do. Is it going to, on the higher time frame, are we looking to make a higher high, a higher low, a lower high, And are we heading towards a lower low? That would make me automatically think my bias should be bearish, okay? And I should be looking for sells, all right? So we have this nice drop on the 4-hour, right? Where's the break of structure? Well, we're going to be looking at this imbalance here, all right? We had an imbalance on the higher time frames. Price filled it up. Look at that. Price filled that a good 90% of it up and started to fall. All right, so that's something I like to make note of. All right, we broke a bunch of short-term highs and whatnot. We have, one candle pullbacks, and then, we see the 2 candle pullback here, and we broke that structure. All right, maybe price is turning bullish. Is that possible? It is possible. Price, if we break the structure, we're looking for price to return to impulse, and it did so right here, right here. Got it? I shouldn't just be pointing, and I should open this up a little bit more so maybe you can see. And we're on the 4-hour now. We're getting close. All right. Look at this bullish engulfer here. The return to impulse after the break of this structural point. All right. We came up here, return to impulse. We will be looking for price to come on up. Right. Now, you'll also notice, all right, I'm going to move this though, because I want to see what we're looking like on the 1-hour and below. All this stuff here is old news, okay? Old news. Okay, so what you'll also notice here, I have a PDH and PDL. That's previous day's high, previous day's low. Very important. That'll get more important when we get down to the next time zone, because price hides the liquidity at either point for the next sessions to come and get, or the next day to come and get, tap into it, or break through it, sweeping on the way or whatever. And a lot of times I like to look for my POIs around these areas, previous day's highs, previous day low, and session highs and session lows. I look for the corresponding order block that would help me to say, hey, price might return here and reverse off of this POI. Now, we still have this higher time frame inefficiency to fill in up here, but I'll just leave a line for that now. Okay, let me just, because I failed to put it. All right, that's an inefficiency. I'm going to make that black, and I'll just mark it as a, anyway, imbalance. Okay, I can't spell. Now, because I don't like a whole bunch of stuff on my charts. Okay, so we're going all the way over there. Now we're on the 1-hour. Let's break this down. What do I got? All right. Now I want to start looking at the session highs and session lows. I'm looking at where price was for the week. This was the high of this week, this past week, right? And we can see that price visited that high and respected it and dropped from there, breaking this low, all right? Because this is a nice pullback here. We broke that low, we broke this low, all right? What would we be expecting? A return to impulse at some point, right? And then it comes all the way down here. Look at this, all right? Looks like we have a situation brewing, all right? This is the order block. I'm going to mark this order block. This is a 1-hour Jimmy joint, a Jimmy John, right? A 1-hour order block here. And I'm going to look to refine this order block because we came in pretty deep. And you can see by the candlestick formation, looks like we have a transition from bearish to bullish momentum, right? Let's go to the 15. This is when things get real nice, all right? We start to clarify things. We start to refine, okay? All right, so what am I marking up? I'm taking a good look at everything, all right? First, I want to mark this bearish order block here, All right. It's probably not going to get up that high, right? Maybe, maybe not. All right. I want to catch this up here. This is on the 15. Let me see if I can get it on a 30. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. I like a well-formed bearish order block. All right. This is on the 30. Okay. You know, this one we'll keep in mind. Okay. All right. So we got this jump. We got this jump down here. If price comes up here, you know, I'm looking for New York now. And I want to see if price comes up here, I'll have a POI and I'll be looking for price to take a dump, right? Maybe it might visit the previous daily high again, all right, and reject off of it because it's showing respect here, just like it was established here, okay? And we also have an order block up here as well. So this is a very important point to keep in mind, all right? Also, what do I have here? Asia high, London high, Asia low. Where's the London low? Way down here. See, this is the London low. This is all of London. This was such a beautiful setup for a short during London. If you missed this, you know, you missed it, but there's a chance. You always know that there's a chance to get the retracement of it in New York, okay? And we have this Asia high and low. This is a very small trading range. Look at this Asia, the Asia low here. And this is the Asia high over here, all right? Stopping at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's that 1 hour gap between 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock when London begins, okay? All right, so some people see this a little differently. I don't. Anyway, so I'm going down to the 5. Actually, let's stay at the, we'll go to the 5. All right, so I have a POI down here. This what is it? A 4 hour or 1 hour order block. What I want to do is get a nicely formed higher time frame order block down here. So I'm going to refine this down to this point. All right, because that's where price came down to. I like to see a retest of this area here because this is where price established the rejection. So, you know, I'm thinking, you know, we might have something to do here. There's another order block here, but if I can refine it better, you know, if I can refine it better, that's fine. I'm not really concerned with this anymore because I have this information over here. It did penetrate deeper. Now, let's go down to the 5, to the 10 minute. Can I refine it anymore down here? Not so much. I'm going to leave it the way it is right there. And then if we go to the 5 minute, can I refine it anymore down here? All right. We have that information over there, so we know it can go, we can tighten it up. So I'm looking right here. Can you see that? Pretty nice refinement. And again, we've seen in London where it reacted from. All right, so this becomes my POI for New York. Okay, if price comes back down here and revisits this area, I'm going to track it. All right, I'm going to track it here. All right, this is a 5 minute order block. I usually start marking on the 5, the 15 and 5. All right, that's a 5 minute right there. All right. And then I'm looking at this one as well. I'm looking at where price had a nice push up, an impulse from. All right. This was a very strong impulse. If it comes back down here, we're good. And I'm also not going to not notice the transition going on over here. All right. I'm not going to not notice that. Okay. Bear it in mind. So I'm going to advance price now. Sorry. All right, and let's see what we get. What am I looking for? That 8 o'clock to come in, right? Look at this. It's 7:50. At 7:50, it comes down to my POI. Now I need you to calmly keep in mind that this there was a transition that took place here. This low, this head, left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. Now, some people are going to count this here as the floor. You can if you want to. I prefer to look at it here. This is very solid to me. This is solid to me. All right. So I would be looking. Again, I'm looking at this area. Price passed through it. So, I don't have to consider it anymore. All right. This is my POI, and I see the reaction here. So I definitely got my eye on this. All right. And it's at 10 minutes till, right? But do I want to get in? Of course I do. All right. Let me tell you this. You can get in. All right. And the safe entry is to do what? I want to show you. Just put your stop loss. Come on, man. Because I got a lot running on this computer. This is a 9 pip stop. This is a safe stop because you're going to trust this order block. You see the rejection here. Now, this is aggressive, if you ask me. There is a transition. You're not looking for another transition over here. You're not looking for another transition. You're looking for a tap and go. If it spends a little time down here and then goes, that's fine, as long as this is the protected price point, this low of this order block. All right, trust that. And if it's a 9 pip stop, it's a 9 pip stop. You know what I mean? It's going to affect your RR, sure. But, I'm letting you know that if you trust your order block, it doesn't matter when you get in. If you get in up here and you got a 15 pip order block, as long as it doesn't violate this, you're going to get some profit. Just target the highs. All right. And you're going to get your profit. You're going to get at least 2. All right. Now, of course, once it gets close to, I'm letting you know what I do. Once it gets close to 1 o'clock, to 8 o'clock, I go down to the 1 minute for my entry. All right. And let me get this out of the way. And what do I see? Price comes down and rejects from my POI, the area I'm watching. All right. Got my eye specifically trained on this order block. All right. And I'm seeing price getting ready to leave. I'm like, but you got to be patient because you have to know that at 8 o'clock, there's going to be some volume coming to push price. All right. So there's a good chance it's going to revisit that area if it's just before the New York Open. Again, you don't have to take that chance. Sometimes you're going to miss it. All right. You don't have to take that chance. You just take a bigger stop loss and get in. And that's the important part. If it goes in lower or whatever, fine, as long as it doesn't violate the order block in which you get in. And you can see on the 1 minute time frame that we have a definite transition of price here. You can see it. Left shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So I'm looking for what? Oh, I can't believe I just did that. What am I looking for? What are we looking for? Why is that over there? This is driving me crazy. All right. Yeah, what am I looking for? I'm looking for a test of this right shoulder. I'm looking for a test of the right shoulder, which tested the head. All right. I'm looking for this down move to be tested over here. And guess what? It was. All right. And we just have to be patient with this. Just know that don't look for another transition. Look for a tap and go. When it's the head is there and the right shoulder is there, you're just looking for a tap and go. You're not looking for another move. I like to wait, just like my man Ray does. I like to look for that 8 o'clock entry. Let's advance price. Now it's 8 o'clock. And look, I get a bearish candle. What am I doing? I'm waiting. Where am I waiting? Right here. Right here. I'm looking to get in this Modi Jody. That's what I'm trying to do. All right. So I'm feeling pretty happy. All my attention is on this area. I know I got a bunch of inefficient price movement here. So I'm thinking we got a lot of good reason to go on up from here. A lot of good reason. Why do I keep doing those lines? All right. So at 8 o'clock, I'm ready to get in this thing. I'm biting at the bit right now. One more candle. What time is it now? Ooh, it came down and popped me right in. 8 o'clock, 8:01. Look at that. Look at this. And it respected this bullish, the bullish base of this order block here. Look at this. This is the base candle now, the down move before the up move, right? Down right here. That's where I would be waiting. Just like this. And I'm looking for a touch and go. Again, where am I putting my stop loss? Below the order block in which I enter. I want to feel safe on this. So I'm bringing it down to here, below this area. Because price may want to go a little bit lower and then go up. But look at my stop loss, it's 7.6, right? For me, that's pretty big. I like to look at 2-minute order blocks because I don't like 1-minute order blocks. I just don't, I don't think they're very reliable. So look at this, look at this. This is where I'm going to refine right here. I'm going to refine my order block right there. And when price comes down, I'll have a pending waiting. That's where I'll be. So when it came down to wick down, it's hard to do it with the replay and everything. When it wicked down here, my pending was already hit, was already there and ready to go. And my my stop loss, either when it's over 4 pips, I like to take it down and keep it below the bulk of the bodies of the order block. I go to a half, 50%, or for my entry, I'll go to the 50% here. Either I'll enter at 50% of the order block with my stop loss below the order block, or I'll enter at the top of the order block and I'll put my stop loss at the 50% mark, just below the 50% mark, because I'm going to get my RR. Now I'm in my area 3.6, and I'm going back to the 1 minute. I'm waiting for that wick down. The wick down does come. Where am I aiming? I'm looking for 3R, right? I'm going to mark my 3R. This is the way I do it. Come on, man. This is driving me crazy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to mark a bar here. I'm sorry. All right. Because I need to know where that 3R is. And then I'm going to target where I think price may turn around. This area here, I'm going to partial here. I'm going to partial right there, and I'm going to target these highs. Right? That I'm going to definitely take another partial there, and I'm looking at the previous daily low. Why do I like that previous daily low there? Because the lows are the points where price likes to penetrate for liquidity and then respect it, like as if it was like resistance or something when it's on the flip side. All right, we got it here. We got the previous daily low and all that good stuff, and I'm gonna widen this out. We're on a five-minute order block, and this is how you catch it. This is how you could have caught it today, in my opinion. And I'm going to speed this up. You see how it never came back below this point? This wasn't an aggressive entry at all. This was a safe entry because the transition of price had already happened. Okay, from the transition from bearish to bullish. All right, the shift happened already. All I need is a touch and go. All right, and if I'm patient enough, I already got my 3R. I'm taking 80% off and leaving 20% runner, and I'll take another 10% off. We get up top. Oh man, here we go. Oh my goodness, I got a 10% runner left. And I'm just going to stay patient because I believe it's going to hit that previous daily low and quite possibly end up like treating it as if it's resistance. Boom. What does it do? Comes up, grabs the liquidity and comes back below it. So crazy. So crazy. If you didn't catch this low, you caught the retracement for New York. And it was a layup. It was a layup. Gave you the transition, came back to this point of interest, this 5-minute order block here, which is the right shoulder. It came back, tested it, zoom. That's how you could have caught this. This setup is for the New York session. This is my bus, and this is the bus stop. You just got to be a passenger who's at the right place at the right time for that bus schedule. You know what the bus schedule is, be there on time and don't miss your bus. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? May profits be upon you.